Alright, hello everybody, my name is X, I'm your man in the suit, and welcome back to Minecraft Management Wanted. Meant to do a video like this a while back, I just haven't gotten to it. So we're doing it now. If you haven't seen my survival series, definitely go do so. Last video I did will show up at the end, so, the support helps. And if you do enjoy the video, please do leave a like and subscribe, as that supports me and all the content you're currently viewing. That being said, roll the intro. So, our goal is I kind of want to redesign the FNAF maps, because some of them didn't really make sense. And I just feel like there's a certain style that could be implemented. We're going to start off with the first one. My personal favorite, just because of the nostalgia. Let's get one thing straight. Hold on, I'll pull up the layout. Alright, so this right here is pretty much the layout. Now notice there's a few things I have that are kind of iffy. One, it doesn't feel authentic. A restaurant like this would not have all these kind of like separation parts right here. That's kind of weird. I feel like it's a little too far apart, and I don't know, it doesn't seem natural for a building. Because when you're thinking about it, it's kind of just this giant cube. And then inside are all the rooms. So we're going to fix that up. And also, I don't know why the office specifically is the focal point. I mean, I know why in the games, but when you get really into the universe, the office wouldn't really be like that. So we're going to probably rearrange some things. And I don't know. We're going to work on it. But we should start doing that by designing a basic layout. Which also requires us picking our blocks. Now, I'm kind of wanting to go with the movie wall route, but I need to refresh myself. It has been a while. Not helping at all. Okay, we're just gonna invent our own. So, I don't know. I get a rustic feeling of kind of like red and black. It's kind of, though that might be a reference to the Silver Eyes, because I feel like the Silver Eyes has that, like I've got that perception because of that. But I also feel like it goes so hard as like a red and black style. I just feel like it fits, so we're gonna try it. Now, first of all, notice how on the official actual map, I'm sure it is canonically, there's no entrance. We're going to start by creating one. I've seen kind of a lot of people make it by the stage, and I do feel like that would be very accurate. So we're going to kind of, laggy at first, but I want to say, reminder that this is supposed to be like not a huge building, it's just supposed to be a local diner. A family restaurant. So I want to kind of cap it out at 10 by 10. It is pretty laggy starting out, but also I haven't played in a little bit, so that could be why. That's gonna be like entering to the dining room, definitely. And I also feel like, I don't know, because the way that position is kind of off, so I'm gonna actually extend it by 1. Just kind of make this like one area. That way I can do that. I'd say this is a pretty good entrance area. not bad so far. Next up, we're gonna kind of take some inspiration from Into the Pit. Go watch my video on that. I will be making a part 2 at some point. But I want to kind of put the show stage to where the backstage is right behind it. I don't know why we would have it as a separate room. So, like, because in the actual game, the backstage is right here. So, realistically, if animatronics need maintenance, they have to lob them all the way right here. Instead, we're going to take this area, make this a backstage, and push the stage into the dining area a little. So, just let me cook. Which, we also need to figure out exactly what we're going to do with that, with the stage. So, let's go ahead and work on that right now. I feel like the stage works pretty well. We're gonna switch to 4 because that's easier. I feel like a 5. Is that a little too small? That might be a little too small. I feel like it should be a little more grand. How's that look? I like that. Alright, so we're gonna kind of extrude it just a little. Just like that. I feel like that's enough stage. And then we're really just gonna kind of take this back wall right here and make that a stage. It's gonna bleed into it. And then I feel like, I don't know. Oh, I've got some ideas. Okay, we'll work on that later though. We're not finishing entire rooms yet. Still making the layout. That's where the main stage is gonna be, which leads into the backstage right here. Now, I feel like that's a pretty wise choice. Next, though, we do have... I've seen a lot of iterations of the safe room being like the secret panel in the bathroom hall, and I like that idea, so I'm actually going to kind of go with that a little bit. So we're going to make it a 10 by 10 again. Pretty much. And then oh, I should probably switch back to lines for now, because we're just planning out. But I feel like that's pretty wise to do. And then obviously that makes this kind of the edge. We're just gonna kind of mark it by like a 3 right now. So that gives us this much bathroom room, which I feel is kind of enough. So 1, 2, 3, 6. Is that enough? Oh yeah, that's perfect. Alright. Well. So this right here is our bathroom hallway. I definitely feel... I don't... Is 5 enough? I feel like I'll give it 6, just to be safe. We don't want to make it too small, because otherwise it won't look pretty good. But that's kind of good for a restroom situation, and I'm gonna kind of do what they did in the games. I'm gonna branch it out just a little, like have 2 openings. That extends this way. Well, yeah, that works. And then we're also just gonna have the doors to each restroom here. Why does that look uneven? Oh, because it is uneven. Gotcha. Okay, well, scratch that. It's this way. That's even now. Which also means that this is not. Perfect. Also, hold on. We're gonna set it so that we don't have to worry about doing that every time. Wait, shit, my bad. There we go. Alright, we have our restrooms planned out. That's gonna be the restrooms. And then, so, kitchen. I feel like, hear me out. How far does this go? 11. So I say we make it like this. And then, just hear me out, let me cook. There's gonna be a window here, like an order window. And then this is just the kitchen area. And I also feel like we should have kind of like a walk-in freezer and an import area, because that would be pretty realistic. So, in all reality, that doesn't have to be, too big. We're probably just gonna make the import area like about this size, and then we're gonna have it like that. Walk-in freezer is just, this area. Nothing too crazy, just gonna store some boxes there. That's our kitchen. So far, as you can kind of piece together what the motive is. Instead of having it so spread out, we're gonna make it kind of like a cube. We want these walls to be kind of like shaping how the actual building looks, instead of just a bunch of like randomly put together cubes. And then, I'd say that that's pretty good for all this in terms of size. But we're also missing an arcade. So we're gonna probably do that over here. You know that area where backstage was? Well, that's gonna be where arcade is now. And again, it does not have to be overly huge. I will say we're gonna stick with the 10 by 10 rule, because I feel like that does pretty well for just a basic room. And we're gonna have an open-ended like entrance. Well, hold on. Does that look good? No, that doesn't. Never let me cook again, gang. Yeah, no, that looks like shit. Okay, we are not doing that. If I'm gonna build a restaurant, my restaurant's gonna look good. But we're gonna have an arcade over here. And then one more thing that I feel like we kind of are missing. Alright, so this is our dining room so far, right? Pretty well put together. However, there are a few things that you may notice are gone. So we're gonna change that. First of all, I feel like we should have Pirates Cove as its own area. And I've done this in some designs before, because I do make these things just in my free time. But alright, so I say we make it like this much. Is that too much? That is too much. That's way too much. We're gonna do this. So this is Pirates Cove. This area will be backstage for Pirates Cove. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did for the other stage, where it's just gonna lead here. So I feel like, I don't know, we're gonna do 5. I feel like 5's a good size. I feel like checkers goes pretty well. So is it 2 that I want? We're gonna do it like this. I like that. So that's our stage area for that, which just leads back here. And then this area, I'm gonna do what I was considering doing with the arcade, where there's gonna be 2 entrances, because I feel like that's a pretty awesome move. Well, I don't know. I say we give us 4 blocks away. Like that. I feel like that's a lot better looking for it. So this is just the general area. I also feel like, I don't know, now I don't work at a restaurant, alright? I've never worked at a Chuck E. Cheese. I know, surprising, that not even fresh out of high school, 18-year-old hasn't really worked many places. But, so I don't really know what the back areas look like. I'm just kind of guesstimating. What I'm gonna assume they don't look like, though, is 2 corridors leading to one small pathetic office. So we're gonna fix that. First of all, I feel like, how do I want to do this? I kind of want to, I don't know. We're gonna make staff room right here. Like, that's where you enter, is like the corner. Because I feel like that works pretty well. And then I want to make this a manager's office. So it's like right here. This door, I'll have a window there. And then we're gonna need an employee break room. I'm also gonna put a emergency exit back here. Make our building comply with, you know, the whatever law it was that made it so you had to have a fire exit. But we're gonna do kind of like a corridor, or, well, we're gonna do it like that. I like the look of this so far. And then, alright. Employee break room, like all the other rooms, there's a 10 by 10 rule. I don't know why it's lag spiking. But we have the employee break room, and then I feel like we're just gonna have a small little closet here. It's just a small little janitor's closet. And then well, we don't even need a 10 by 10 office. I feel like this kind of just good in terms of an office space. So what I'm gonna do, how much is this? This is 7. So we're gonna go out 6. Like that, so it's fully equal. This is our little office here. We'll have door there and then window there. Now I say that's pretty good. We'll have another emergency exit over here also because yes. Alright, I feel like the rest of it's kind of filler. Unless of course we can make, I don't know. I don't feel like they'd have 2 arcades. Yeah, no, I feel like this is kind of it for the main rooms. I don't know. It's like, it's a lot more close together, notice. And it's gonna have a lot more like actual sense to it. Oh, yeah, actually, I'm going to have a prize corner. Because we have an arcade. And I might go ahead and make a separate arcade. Arcade number 2. So you know what? Actually, yeah. And this arcade, we're gonna make this one the big one. Like, this is the main arcade. So, 10. I say we do 15. I know, we're getting pretty daring here. Like this. And I say we make prize corner connecting this area to the like area over here as well. So nothing too massive. I know, special for me, someone who's used to being attributed with massive, if you get what I mean. Nah, I'm fucking with you, but we're making a prize corner area. Also, I feel like an entrance is in order, so we're just kind of gonna connect these segments with a door here and a door over here. I feel like now this is it. Everything else is kind of just filler, and we're gonna showcase that by filling the area with bricks. And you'll see why we do this in a bit. But we're gonna kind of finish out the outline with bricks to show that all these rooms in black are our actual rooms. There. This is our restaurant. A lot more compact and a lot more actually useful than fucking what they had before. Now that we've got the outline, we'll actually start construction on it, but I feel like we should do it one room at a time. So we're going to start with the entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, after a lot of hard work behind the scenes, because I walked the fuck in, I introduce to you the new, and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Motherfucker, this is a little laggy. Probably because OBS takes a lot of my resources because it's dumb as fuck. But not much done in here, you know, because I was running out of time. It's like 10 o'clock and I've got school in the morning, gang. So if you guys want to see me like style it up even more, I could come back and do another part on this specific restaurant, but wasn't in my plan. But we've got the behind the scenes, like the backstage arcade, Pirates Cove, backstage behind Pirates Cove is the same, pretty much. Bigger arcade with a prize corner. Don't mind the lag. I'm, like I said, OBS. I already showed you guys Pirates Cove. Management office, employee break room, janitorial hall. This, I even added a little vent for animatronics. But if you want to see me try and get cast members to, wrong button, to try and survive a night in this location, get this video to a good amount of views and I'll do it. But that's gonna conclude it. I'm going to the fuck to sleep. Yeah. Peace out.